Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is day 11 of my journey to learn Japanese, and this series is all about my journey going from a complete beginner to hopefully something much more in Japanese. And previously, I've learned how to read and also type hiragana and katakana, and then also learn about 100 or so words of basic Japanese vocabulary. But today I'm going to go back to the basics, namely katakana, and I'm going to practice actually writing them. So I know how to read them, but writing I've not practiced. And in my opinion, it's the harder skill. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So let's get started. So I'm here on the Lingo Command website. And if we go to writing systems, Japanese writing systems practice, and then we select basic katakana, we get this table here of all 46 basic katakana characters. Here we can see how they are pronounced.
A,
Let's put that audio up a little bit.
I, U, E, O.
And then for each character, there's this thing called a stroke order. So if each of these katakana, it's actually a link. If you press it, this little screen pops up showing you how this character is written. So the first stroke is from top right to bottom left. And then the second stroke is vertical, going straight down. And you might be wondering, why is there a specific order in which you have to write the letter? And the reasoning here is as follows. So apparently this is like a faster, more efficient way to write the characters, and it makes your handwriting a bit neater. And then also the like native Japanese people insist on this stroke order, and I think when you're learning a foreign language, it's probably a good idea to do as the natives do. And so that's what these videos are here. But in order to actually practice the writing, we can go to quiz, and here we're in this quiz. We're doing Japanese to English, right? Here we've got the Romaji equivalent for this katakana. But what we can do is we can press swap languages. So now we're going from English to Japanese. However, well, one thing we can do is we can type our answer. So for example, if I select katakana, like keyboard configuration here, that would enable me to type katakana. And if you're wondering how I've got this set up, I've got a tutorial video on my YouTube channel, Lingo Command, and that's for the Mac operating system. If you got a different operating system, there will definitely be other tutorial videos online on how to do that. In any case, here we're typing the katakana, and that's not quite what we're trying to do. Instead, we want to handwrite our answer. So if you select this option and then press here, we get this pop-up where you can actually practice drawing it. So I think it was something like this. Let's see. Okay, not at all, not at all. So let's clear that. Try again. Okay, that's a bit better. So this first line here is horizontal. I think that's pretty good. We'll submit that. And then this one is, let's see. Okay. From top right to bottom left, and then we go down. Cool. Take that. This one I remember. It looks like this. It looks like a capital I. Let's draw that a bit more neatly. There we go. Take that. I think it's something like this. Okay, so it's mirrored. So it's 1, 2, 3. There we go. So let's clear all of this and try that again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh the quiz and go again, right? Because I think the vowels are the most important ones to know. Yeah, that looks good to me. And then E looks like this. This was U. And then E is like a capital I in English. And then this is O. Great. Now I think, from what I remember, this almost looks identical to the hiragana equivalent. But we don't have this little dash here. So okay, let's redo that. So it's 1, 2. But this stroke is more curved. So we're going to do that one more time. There we go. So that looks pretty good. This one kind of reminds me of the hiragana equivalent. I think it's something like this. Because the hiragana for ki is this, if I remember correctly. So let's take a look. That was quite close, but these are going from top right to bottom left. So let's, in a new tab, just quickly open writing systems, basic hiragana. You see here,
き、
this goes from bottom left to top right, whilst here it's the other way around. So 1, 2, 3. No, still not right. 1, 2, 3. And actually, this also goes from bottom left to top right. So I misremembered. But Q, fortunately, is very easy. It's the same as the. Oh no, got cocky there. What I just drew was the hiragana. So this one's actually different. I think it looks something like this then. It's not bad, but this is a bit more diagonal. So let's do that again. Take that. And then what is ke? So it's the same, but just extended. So it's 1, 2, 3. Take that. Cool. Okay. Looks like this. Now, you might have noticed I'm actually not looking at what the correct stroke order is. I might come back once I've got used to at least drawing them one way and then kind of fix the stroke order, but for now I just want to get the basic shape down. Okay, this is a little similar to the hiragana one, because this is the hiragana shape. It's not too dissimilar. So what they had was, let's see, 1, 2. Okay, let's try that again. So this is horizontal, vertical, vertical, and then with a curve. Looks good to me. She is it the same? No, it's not. It's definitely not. I think it looks something like this. Okay. Wasn't too far off. It's just the other way around. Let's see. So clear this. Take that. And then suit. Let's look at this. Okay. So for those of you that have just joined, I'm just doing a writing practice exercise for basic katakana. In particular, I'm here on the Lingo Command website, and if I refresh this quiz, what I've got here is the question is being posed in English. So, we can read this, and then I have to write down the katakana equivalent for this romaji character. And because I've got hand right answers option checked, if we go here, I can now draw the kana for a. So this is horizontal, then it swoops down like this. This is the kana for a. I think that's close enough. Let's call that a match. And then for e, it's a diagonal swoop from top right to bottom left, and then a stroke straight down. We'll take that. This is the kana for u. Take that. And in case you're wondering, so when you press submit, for now, so I'm the founder of Lingo Command, and I started developing this feature over the last weekend. Essentially, in the future, I'd like that this just does like a smart comparison between what the user's written and what's displayed over here. But for now, you have to do a visual comparison. And so since this is your own learning, I think it's, best to be honest and say how closely does this match. So if we're going to be super strict, we could say this extends a bit too far down, but it's handwriting, it's close enough. We'll accept that. All looks like this. I think that's pretty good. We'll take that. And then ka, from what I remember, it looks very similar to the, so this is the hiragana for ka. So if I just remove this last stroke here, that should be indeed the katakana for ka. And then ki is, I think we go from bottom left to top right, these two diagonal lines, and then a dash kind of perpendicular. That's ki. Fantastic. Ku is this one. But I think we can draw that a bit neater. Let's try that again. I'm not happy with this bottom part. I'm going to do that again. So this goes kind of like more straight down. Yeah, I think that's a bit closer. Great. And then ke looks just like ku, except it extends further to the right, this horizontal stroke. There we go. Ko kind of looks like a box with the left side here not showing. There we go. And then this extends a little bit down, as you can see here. So if we zoom in, you can see that. So we'll say that drawing matches. And then sa. Oh, that's tricky. I'm trying to remember. What is sa? So in hiragana, sa is this. Is it this? No. Completely wrong. Okay, so it was a horizontal dash, then this one, and then this. Okay, we'll take that for now. And then she is this kind of curved diagonal line from bottom left to top right with these two dashes. Say that's pretty accurate. We'll take that. Su is the one that I just drew earlier. I think it's this shape. Yeah. And then se. What is se? So from here, I don't really know. So we're just going to study, right? So we're going to show the answer and take a look. Okay, so we've got this shape and then this one. I'd say that's close enough for now. Let's take that. So kind of similar to she, but this is more, it's steeper. And there's only one dash here. Okay, take that. And then ta. Okay. Kind of looks like this. But this is it's not as steep, so let's do it like that. Chi. Okay. Bottom left to top right, very gentle slope upwards. There we go. I'd say that's pretty accurate. And then tsu. Now this one is definitely one to try and remember, because in hiragana, tsu looks like this. And the reason why I'm making an emphasis on tsu is because it's used for this concept called sukuon. So the way sukuon works in hiragana and katakana is that it's essentially a silent small tsu, so you don't pronounce it. And then let's say you have something like to after. That to, so I'm just writing it in Romaji, this is what it looks like normally. When you have tsukon, there are two T's. So the T is more sharp, it's more pronounced, and you also have a quick pause. So it would be like hito, without the sukon, and with the sukon, it's hito. So you hear the pause, you hear the emphasis on the to. So I think it would be very useful to also know tsu in katakana, because the same sukon concept is used in katakana. So I'm trying to remember. I think it's something like this still. Very similar to she, but I think it's drawn slightly different. There we go. Okay, so this is a little more steep, and then we have two kind of more vertical dashes here. So we'll take that. And for those of you that have just joined, essentially what I'm doing is I'm here on the Lingo Command website practicing how to write katakana. And the questions are being posed here in Romaji, right, using European alphabet, and I'm handwriting my answers. So if I, for example, press here, I then get to draw the character. And I think, is this something like this? Let's see. So that was pretty well remembered. So I'll take that. And then tol, I think, is quite simple. It looks like this. Yeah, that's correct. Well, is it though? Is it though? Right? So I think it's very important to be careful. And you see that this vertical dash goes down a lot further than this. So I'm actually not going to accept this and redo. So let's try that again. This is too... It's going down too steeply. One more time. It's not coming down far enough. One last time. I think that's pretty good. We'll take that. Let's have a look at what na is. So from here, I don't really know how to draw these characters. I can read them though. So that looks pretty accurate. So my strategy for now, by the way, in case you're wondering, it's by the way, ni, I do know. I think it's something like just two dashes like this. Now that's close, but this bottom dash is it's wider. So we're gonna do that again. So it's 1, 2. But yeah, my strategy here is to just practice drawing the rest of these katakana. And then as I get better, I'm going to stop looking at this hint and just do it from memory. But you got to start somewhere, right? So this is nu. Okay, that looks all right. And then na. Oh, there's a lot going on here. So it's not quite right. There's this stroke. There's this, that. Now, because there's a lot going on there, let's actually look at the stroke order video and see what the most optimal way is to write this character.
Ne. Ne.
9 dash something. Okay, so I've already filled this, so I can't redo it, but we can just write it here. So what the video was saying was you start here, then you do this, then you continue the line down, and then you add this. Okay. But we're currently looking at no. No is just a curved line going from bottom left to top right, so we'll submit that. And then we can go to ha. So what is ha? I think it actually looks something like this from memory. Nice. Glad I remembered that. What is he? Okay, he looks like this. Fine. And then fu, if I'm not hallucinating, if I remember this correctly, looks something like this. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate, so we'll take that. We'll go to the next one. And then head, it's very simple from what I remember. It's essentially just the same as the hiragana equivalent. Now, okay, we could say that this is too curved. So let's draw that slightly more neatly. This hole, let's see. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just look at the stroke order video for that quickly.
ほ、
And we don't even actually have to see how, like the full video, because if we zoom in a bit, the numbers here already imply the stroke order, right? So this is the first stroke going from top left, from left to right. And then you do this one. And so you basically start at the next number. So after 1 comes 2, you start here and you just follow this along. Then comes 3, you make this stroke. Then 4, this is the next stroke. And so if we clear this in the video, what we saw was this is 1, 2, 3, 4, from what I remember. No, the horizontal line is first. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to reset the quiz. And for those of you that have just joined, I'm doing like practicing how to write basic katakana. So let's try that again. So here we have a, which looks like this. And then e is this one. What was E again? Let's try and remember. Ah, this was it. U is, what is U? U is this shape. There we go. And then E is this. Great. O looks like this. Take that. Ka looks like this. Ki was this. Ku was this. I'll take that. Ke is exactly the same, but it's extended. And then ko looks like this. Submit that. Sa is 1, 2, 3. There we go. She looks like, so this is not very steep. And we have 2 dashes like this. Su is this one, but let's draw a bit more neatly. There we go. Se is, what is se? Okay. So. So it's quite steep. And then we have this dash here. Fine. Ta. So ta, I think, looks like. I think it was something like this, right? Sloping upwards. Then you have this. And you've got that. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. Okay, so ta was this. And then chi. It's chi. Chi might be what I just drew, actually. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Almost, but it's actually that vertical stroke starts here. Tsu is very similar to shi, but it looks, this is more steep. Let's draw that slightly more neatly. Submit that. Te. What is te? Ah, should have remembered that one. Okay. It's te. To is this one. And then na. What is na? Okay, it's this shape. Ni. Ah, I should remember that one. This is ni. Nu is this shape, okay. But let's draw that slightly more neatly. Okay. I remember this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's na. And then no. It's just this diagonal here. Great. Ha is very simple. Looks like this. He looks like this. Let's draw that more neatly. That's he. Fu is this shape. He is this. And then ho. This ho. Ah, silly. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Ma is let's see. Ma, mi. So mi, I think it's 3 dashes. 1, 2, 3. But they're a little bit slanted from top right to bottom left. So it's 1, 2, 3. Where the last stroke is the longest, the middle one is the shortest. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty neat to me. Mu looks like some type of strange triangle from what I remember. Now that's close, but it's not quite right. So it was 1, 2, 3. Cool. What is meh? Okay, it's like a crossing of 2 lines. 1, 2. Submit that. Now am I gonna remember all of these? No, but I'm just quickly gonna trace out, because I have to leave in about 5 or so minutes, the remaining shape. So this is to. Okay. I think ya, it looks something like this. We'll take that. But we can draw a bit more neatly. 1, 2. U is something like this. Not quite. 1, 2. All right. Save that, and then yo. So yo is sort of what I was doing earlier. Okay. Ra is a little bit similar to te, actually. If you look at the top, ri, very similar to its hiragana equivalent. This is ru. Okay. Re is this, but we can draw that more neatly. Great. Ro, if I remember correctly, it's basically a box. Okay, so that basically what I drew was this, but it goes down on both sides slightly. So let's do that again. So that's pretty accurate. And then va, very similar to u, but without the dash on top. What is wo pronounced all? Okay, there we go. Submit that. And then n. What is n? You know, that's not bad from what I remember. That was fairly close. Cool. So clearly I still have a long way to go. I think I remembered most of the katakana up to about ni, or maybe to. In fact, I would argue that up until ho, maybe there are 5 or so that I don't remember, but I do remember the rest. So I'd say I'm at about 50% when it comes to remembering how to write the katakana. And so in the next live stream, I'm going to try and consolidate this and, remember all of the katakana without looking at the hints. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the live stream, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help support the channel, as well as, support me, to continue working on this website, lingocommand.com, which teaches Japanese, and there's also supporting iOS app. But in any case, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time.